Horizon Gents, welcome to Reaction. This is Joe Rogan just dropped a nuke. Probably not, but we get the point, right? And asmongold clips. I know some of you don't like that I react to asmongold, but hey, he's editor and he's good for like things that are ongoing. That's why I usually react to him, and I like to see what his takes are, right? I mean, a lot of his takes are just common sense, but then again, a lot of takes are also oblivious at certain level. But that's how it goes. Same thing is with me, as people tell me in the comments. We'll see what this is going to be about. Let's voice one.
This has 1.5 million views. This one has 3 million views. Okay, I don't know if we're ready for this one.
You'd think we'd have more presidents, the Catholics.
Yeah, they only had one.
Biden.
JFK. Oh, Biden's Catholic too, you're right.
Oh, Biden's Catholic.
We got Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, you got anybody in mind?
Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes? He could probably win if
Man, that's crazy. They have totally broken containment.
Listen, he couldn't have existed before. 10, 20 years ago, couldn't have existed.
That's true.
Is this the guy who had a beef with Tucker Carlson? Who's going back? The guy, like Carlson said, he's a kid in his basement. Or am I mistaken? I don't know.
All of the gatekeeping mechanisms in media are destroyed. There's no more, oh, you can't say that. No, they're saying it now.
Now, super popular. What's 20 years from now look like? Maybe someone like that can win. It's fascinating to watch a whole group of people that feel very unrepresented in the world, and especially like young men. And here you got this young guy with a very high verbal IQ, and he also does a lot of shit posting, a lot of talking shit, a lot of trolling, says women shouldn't be allowed to vote, says wild shit. And that Piers Morgan thing is like, bro, that was like an expert sparring with someone who thought they were
The hell, why is it lagging? Oh, it's from the original video. I don't know, okay.
expert sparring with someone who thought they were an expert.
Sure.
Like they're playing two totally
I
different
agree.
games.
And it's also the thing that people try to get Fuentes on is that he's still funny as fuck.
it's funny.
So that's where you're in a lot of trouble.
When he hits him, do you think you made jokes about the Holocaust? He goes,
Too soon?
too soon?
Extraordinary that you would think the Holocaust could ever
That
be
is him, right? The guy in his basement or whatever that Tucker Carlson was saying, and then he had him on or something. I remember that.
something that we could joke about.
Why, too soon? Is it too soon to make jokes?
Like, dude.
I mean, yeah, kind of with him. Like, okay, look, if you're gonna make jokes about 9/11, I get it. That was much more intense. But you know what the problem with this is? Making a joke of something doesn't mean making it lightly. This is the problem with modern world. There's many problems with modern world. This is kind of in the layer of it. Making jokes could be like, okay, addressing a problem, or like, if you don't laugh about a problem and you can't think about it. This is why dark jokes are really, you know, like one of those things. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe you just joked about that. Yeah, but this is one of the mechanisms people used to like cope with it, right? And also like whenever people laugh about dark jokes, like, oh, you're evil. Not because your mind thinks something is so ridiculous that it can't be true, you laugh, right? You see somebody slip and fall, you laugh. Not because you're an asshole and you like that somebody got hurt. No, it's because you don't think about people falling down. Like in your brain as a default settings, let's just say something that's instantly intuitive. Your brain doesn't think like humans are supposed to fall. You can process that, you can think about that. It makes sense to you if you think about it more than a millisecond. But instantly, you don't know that. So instant reaction, as soon as you see someone fall, oh, that's ridiculous. That can't be real, so you laugh. That's what your brain is thinking. Not because you're an asshole. Same thing about dark jokes. So I've seen people, oh my God, I don't like dark jokes because I don't find them funny. Yeah, you do. That's human thing. You're being an asshole. Like, you're being pompous at this point. You being a phony is the real word. Like, that's the worst thing, man.
Yeah. And you could see
he's wild.
You could see Piers.
Well, but the reason why it doesn't work is because the entire system that they create is based around shame. And so when a person doesn't feel shame, then the entire apparatus of control falls apart. People no longer care or have any value in the approval of elites, mainstream media, or anything else.
Going, oh, fuck.
Bro, when he was like, me mom died. I was like, holy shit.
Bro.
Isn't it crazy that they are sitting around laughing about this on Joe Rogan? That to me is insane.
Hi Piers, it's Stanley Finkelstein here. Since he says he's on Team Hitler, you might like to ask him about the fact that Hitler arrested my mum, tried to starve my mum to death. So you might ask him whether he wouldn't rather be on Team Mum rather than Team Hitler. It may all be a big joke to him.
We got all that. Me mum. I don't even know who this person is. Why is this person talking to me?
And what do you mean by Hitler is very fucking cool? Because I think he's very fucking a monster.
I think he's very fucking a monster. Do you hear yourself? The uniforms, the parades. It's cool as a guy. You look at World War.
Yeah, okay. Again, there are certain layers to it. On the surface of it, I understand what he means about cool. Gangsters are cool. This is just amplified by a million. I see that. But you also have to see, like, there is beyond cool. Like, okay, let's put points to what matters most. Coolness, 2 points. Being an evil and fucking up half the world and killing US soldiers and most of the soldiers, 100 million deaths. That's 0.10. So he's minus 0.10 and plus 2 points. I think minus 10 takes a, bigger front seat. I don't know how to say that. So if you don't have complex thoughts and you can see about 2 feet above you and front of you, yeah, you can just say, oh, Hitler is cool, this and that. Yeah, I think Hitler is there's a reason nobody's named Hitler nowadays. That is one of those things, like, this is not some woke shit. This is kind of common sense thing. Don't, like, glorify Hitler. There's a reason behind that. Hitler was probably the worst human being that ever lived, just by results. 100 million deaths because of him. One way or another. Doesn't matter if, like, deaths happen in Japan theater and Pacific theater, all the dominoes started with him. Kind of his fault. And he was really fucked up. The entire fat electrician, channel is built around him. And all the shit that happened in World War II. Look at what people had to do. Look at the heroes in that. Look at the hell they went through. Look at the civilians. Okay, you want to make a joke, that's great, but don't say, like, Hitler was, like, cool. That's kind of, like, on the nose. Do I understand what you mean? Yeah, I understand what you mean, but you also have to think more than that.
War II. No one is in favor of genocide, so let's just get that out of the way.
He got hit. He got hit with a missile on that one. Too soon. Too soon. It was like, oh my God.
I don't know. And the thing is that the reason why I think a lot of people like it too is that it's completely unapologetic. See, like, a lot of people don't understand this. Because
Again, that is also, like, you don't see 2 feet in front of you beyond that, right? Like, you just want to think about this, not at the longer picture. Being unapologetic works at a certain level. But unapologetic in which manner, at which goal, in which direction, that also matters. If you don't see, then you just see, like, oh, this guy's unapologetic, so it's great. Yeah, Hitler was unapologetic as well. If the new Hitler rises up, are you going to be like, yeah, I'm with that guy? Because a lot of people did that in World War II, by the way. Let's not pretend like Hitler just had, like, few people in his room who just did all this shit. Way too many people was behind him. People are constantly forgetting that. A lot of people are distancing from, like, oh, we had nothing to do with the Nazi Germany. Yeah, you kind of did, right? It just become way too big. So you're distancing yourself from now. But dominoes start to fall and you were there. So this is one of those things, like, yeah, unapologetic, but in which direction? That kind of matters. The core element kind of matters. Nowadays, people are like, oh, he's cool, he has swagger, he's unapologetic, he's a Chad. Yeah, but in which direction?
Because they don't really get the psychology behind it. I at least think that I do. The main reason why people like Nick Fuentes are trying to normalize and make Hitler an acceptable figure to, like, make jokes about and say positive things about is because if you can break that stigma, you can effectively unlock a massive identity movement for white people. Because they view it as, like, an original sin that, like, white people have, like, a collective guilt.
I think Asmon is putting too much thought into it than there is. Right? Even if their goal is that, the whole track, like, your end result, I see that, but the path you're taking is just wrong. All right, that type of thing, like, okay, your goals, I understand that, but the path you took was completely wrong, so your goal becomes wrong, or at least gets muddied up. That type of thing. This is not the way to do it. That's the point I'm making.
For it's the same as slavery too. Slavery is another example too.
We have been browbeaten as a people, as Americans, as Westerners, for our entire lives. We have been made the villain in our own story. It doesn't begin and end with Hitler is a monster, because they've told us if you're too white and too proud and
okay, I understand. I didn't know this. Okay, look, man, it's not. most of the people who are like this heroes or celebrated in World War II are also white, right? I think you're addressing modern wokeness and anti-white male shit that is going on, and I think this is exaggerated, by the way. Most people that I know of doesn't even process this. This is mostly media thing. And yes, in Western world and mostly in America, this is rising. Like, okay, white male, like you're automatically, fixing sexism with sexism, fixing racism with racism. This is kind of like a stupid, emergence. Stupid people emergence. You're too rich and people don't think about it too much. You are breeding stupid people. And that's the result of it. I understand that. But that doesn't mean you're gonna like, oh, by the way, Hitler, aka white people, so I'm gonna like defend Hitler, so why I can defend white male. White people fought Hitler, right? It's about fascism versus freedom. White male fought Hitler as well. Not as well. They were the kind of like center of it and all the other allies, right? So this is, like I said, this is not the way to do it. I'm stuttering a lot because I'm just processing that and I'm giving you answer. I'm not preparing for this, right? Sometimes people are like, why are you stuttering? Yeah, I'm literally doing this live, as you've seen. I'm not going to edit this, right? But you understand my point, right?
And too Christian, it's going to lead to a Holocaust.
Here's a great example of it. Was it shocking to you that so many people were actually celebrating and openly thinking that it was good that Charlie Kirk was murdered? It shouldn't be shocking. The fact...
Again, you can't solve wrong with a wrong. I get it, there are a lot of assholes. And I've heard of it in my own fucking comment, by the way. So maybe there are a lot of them. I'm not saying there are little of them. But that doesn't mean you're going to solve that by saying like, oh, Hitler wasn't so bad. You can't do that, man. This is much bigger. See, this is an American problem. This is not the world problem, by the way. This is the one thing I've noticed. This whole movement is mostly American problem. Not that other countries don't have problem, but this kind of a stupid thinking is a lot of American problem. I don't know, because you're too rich or something. And like you only have free time and you do this shit. Like this woke, let's do all this shit mentality is mostly American thing. But you can't solve that by doing this, what this guy is doing. I feel like this guy's trolling a lot, trying to get that result. But again, the pathway is wrong, and eventually this is going to backfire, and you're not going to get the result you want anyway. So this is not the path you should take. It's like Gandhi. Gandhi would have like, okay, all the violent, like guerrilla warfare that was happening in India, should I align myself with that and win it? Maybe, but would India ever beat British Empire in any way? No. There's a reason that he went all this non-violence movement. What you take matters. Even your end result is good. If he just bombed the shit out of every British people he found and do that shit, British would have just like clamped down on India. India would have never been freed. Because global stage would have looked like, oh, you were just doing that shit. That's not good. But Gandhi took a different approach.
Is that the only reason why they're expressing that viewpoint is because they thought, and to a certain degree, it is socially acceptable. And I think that young men, they have felt that they have been disenfranchised, disadvantaged. There have been roadblocks put up in their lives that they don't think that they deserve to have. They're angry about it, and they don't want to say sorry.
Yeah, I understand what Asmon is saying. Like I said, I understand all of this. By the way, I'm one of those people, this anti-white male shit, most of the world is run by male people. Let's not get it twisted. Even today, if you go to any engineering college, how many female you see there? So I don't understand this Karen mentality, mostly Western, by the way. I don't experience where I live, not even close to it, right? You can go to the people who literally fucking run the world, right? Who does most of the things you see around it. Most of the names and scientists you can think of are male, and then just say like, oh, white male toxic, let's not even talk about that. Yeah, you're living in somebody's house and you're saying that guy is an asshole. That guy's going to kick you out one way or another, metaphorically. This is just going to rise up. You can't really blame, oh, these people are incel, these people are asshole, these people are sexist, these people are racist. Yeah, you're kind of doing it by amplifying it. And these people are the one who run the world. You need to better with your approach. I'm with you. This is much bigger emergency in America than anywhere else, right? I see that point blank. People are unapologetic. Like, I'm not going to choose this guy because that guy's a white male. And yeah, I'm going to choose. Like, video game industry does that a lot of time. Developers point blank says it on Twitter. I didn't choose that guy because he was a white male. Is he bad at making video game? No, that has nothing to do with this. This shit is real. I understand that. To answer that is not like this. This is weird, right? Maybe he's just ruffling some feathers trying to start the conversation. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm not so sure about this. You know what? I was going to watch other clip, but maybe next time. It's already 15 minutes, right? I have to go. And yeah, I'm sure people are going to like not understand what I said and comment and get pissed off. I'm with you, right? Believe me, I'm with you. I wouldn't watch asmongold video if I didn't think like he has common sense takes, right? But not this way. This is the problem. Both sides takes things so weirdly that there is no center left in America. That's the problem. You need to see it from center point of view. Let's not be extreme in either way. Let's use common sense. That's the problem.